If you're looking to get the most out of this lesson and access the practice files that we're going to be diving into, make sure you're running the latest version of ON1 Photo RAW 2026.4. If you're using an older version of ON1 Photo RAW or don't currently own the software, head over to our website at www.on1.com to purchase or upgrade to ON1 Photo RAW 2026.4. If you're already an ON1 Photo RAW 2026 user, simply sign into your account, go to your products and subscriptions page, and download the latest 2026.4 update. Once installed, you'll have access to the practice files and all of the latest features in that update. To access the practice files that we're going to be using for these step-by-step lessons, simply head into the all-new Home module inside of ON1 Photo RAW 2026.4. And in this bottom section, click on this Practice Files tab. And you now have access to all of these practice files that you can play around with on your own, or you can dive into with these step-by-step lessons. In this practice file lesson, we're going to be taking a look at this image here, ON1 Sample 3. I'm just going to double click that to take it into the Edit module. And with this photograph, we're going to be diving into using NoNoise AI to remove any noise and grain from our scene while maintaining sharp detail and texture. We'll also talk a bit about enhancing the look of the photograph inside of effects. So, to start out, let's just take a look at the image here. I'm just going to zoom in, and we can see there's a ton of noise, not only behind the bird, but also on the bird itself. And if we take a look at our info, it was captured with an ISO of 12,800. So that's going to give you quite a bit of noise and grain. But no need to worry. We can use a really handy tool inside of ON1 Photo RAW. I'm just going to go into my Develop tab here, and we're going to scroll down to Noise and Sharpening. And we're going to use NoNoise AI. It's an incredibly powerful tool inside of Photo RAW that allows you to remove all of that noisy grain within your scene, but it also maintains all of the nice detail and texture that was there when you captured the photo. So just click on NoNoise AI here, and that will enable NoNoise AI. It will zoom you in to 100% so that you can see exactly what you're cleaning up within your photo. You can also click and drag to view a better part of your image, one that you can move this little bar across to see those different areas of interest and what that noise removal is doing. I typically like to find a place where I can see the animal itself, specifically maybe the beak or the head, the eyes, things like that, in a nice large area of the background. And again, I can just move this little bar across to view that original image and then what that noise reduction is doing. Now, when it comes to noise reduction, if you want to add in detail, you most definitely can. But the more detail and sharpening you add back into a photograph, the more noise you're going to bring back in as well. So what I typically like to do is I'll go into my noise and sharpening. Let me just pull this up so we can see. I go into the noise reduction section and I choose this little AI model menu. And I typically like to use just the 2024 option without the high detail. With the high detail, you can see there's a little bit of that noise coming back into the scene, especially on the neck here, and a little bit in the background as well. So I'm just going to use this 2024 option. Now, it's not going to be as detailed, but I like it a little bit cleaner in those areas. And so I'm just going to use that 2024 option. And then if I want to enhance the detail or the sharpening, I can use this enhanced detail slider to bring back larger bits of detail. Or if I really want to, I can add in micro sharpening. Now this slider here will enhance really small textures within your image. But like I was saying earlier, the more detail and sharpness you bring back into a scene, the more noise you're going to bring back as well. So if I pull up on this really far, all the way, you can see we're getting a little bit of that noise and grain back. So I typically am pretty subtle when I'm around pulling up on this slider here, but just know it's there if you do need to bring back some noise or bring back some sharpening and detail into your photograph. But I think we're at a good point here where we can continue on in our edit. We've removed all of that noise and grain. We've brought back some detail and texture. So I'm just going to choose apply here within that noise and sharpening pane. And that's going to allow me to continue on in my editing workflow with that noise reduction applied to my image. Now, back in the Develop tab, we have this tone and color pane here. And I'm just going to go in and add a little bit of global contrast and maybe a little bit of a mid-tone boost. That's just going to lighten up the scene, allow me to see some of these darker details, and it's also going to ensure the image doesn't look flat. Now from there, let's go into effects and let's just apply a few filters to add in a bit of style to the image. Now typically with wildlife, I'm not going to bring in anything too crazy, but a little bit of contrast in the back and maybe some detail within the bird here, and then maybe a vignette would look pretty nice within this photo. So let's first start with dynamic contrast. I'm going to add a filter. And to apply this filter to the animal within my scene, I can either choose subject or I can go down here to animal within this apply to menu. So once I choose that here, you can see it's highlighted that bird in blue, indicating it's detected that specific scene, it's detected that specific area within the scene, and I can apply whatever filter I want to that specific area. So I'm just going to choose animal here, and then I'm going to choose dynamic contrast. And if we look at the mask, you can see it's created a mask for us for our bird. I'm going to use surreal. Now keep in mind, surreal is going to be really quite heavy-handed with the texture and detail that it applies, but we can always lower the opacity, or we can fine-tune any of these controls within that specific filter. I'm just going to lower the opacity of that filter down to about 80, so it's not quite so intense, but if I turn it off and on, even if we look at the bird itself here, you can see it does a good job of just bringing back some detail within that specific area. From there, let's add in a little bit of contrast into the backdrop behind our bird. To do that, I'm going to go to the Apply To menu, and I'm going to choose Background. This is going to protect our subject and allow us to target just the area surrounding the bird. I'm going to choose Background here on our Apply To menu, and then I'm going to go to Curves. Now in Curves, if you're not familiar, a really great way to create contrast within the scene is to use an S-curve. So I'm going to go into my tone curve. I'm going to drop a point right here near my shadow tones, pull it down a little bit, and then I'm going to go up to my mid-tone highlights, you could say, drop another point and pull that up. And that's going to create a bit of contrast in the background. By darkening up my shadows and brightening up my mid-tone highlights, we have this contrasted feel now within the backdrop of our scene. Now, again, if that's too intense or too strong, you can always lower the opacity to fine-tune, but I think just a little bit of contrast back there helps out just to ensure things don't look dull or too neutral. And then one thing here when it comes to tonality and color, let's go back into the Develop tab. Let's go down to the Tone and Color pane here, and let's go to our color section, and let's just pull up on our temperature just a hair. Yeah, maybe around 6,000 or so, just a hair, but I think that warmth will help bring a little bit more of a wildlife feel into the image itself. And then last thing here, let's go into effects. Let's add a filter, and let's just go to our essentials column here, and let's go to vignette. And my favorite style for vignette is Big Softy. Gives us this nice vignetting to remove any of those distracting corners or elements surrounding the bird itself. Let's focus in on the bird by going to the bottom of that vignette filter. Click on this little icon here, and then we can click and drag our center of the vignette around. We essentially want it right there where our subject's head is. Let's go up to the vignette opacity. Let's lower that down a little bit, maybe around 50. And let's check out our original. We have the original and after. And again, when it comes to wildlife, I don't really do anything too crazy to the style of the overall image, but tonal contrast, maybe a bit of a temperature boost, you know, some texture enhancing is always a great way to keep a natural looking wildlife edit while giving the image a little bit more interest. So again, we have our original and after. And that's how easy it is to remove noise and grain from wildlife images inside of ON1 Photo RAW using NoNoise AI, and then taking that noiseless photograph and giving it a bit more interest inside of the effects tab. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson.